Okay, hello everyone. Elsie Clemens here with another writing live stream. Just gonna update my Twitter handle real quick, and I'm sure people will be pouring in soon enough. Let me just... Yes, there's no one on yet. I'm waiting for people to come in. In the meantime, I would like to, while I am sharing my live stream, I would like to see how everybody's doing. I'd like to hear what everybody's doing, not see. How is everybody doing? I'm gonna give a few minutes and see if people you know to put your earphones in. Mm. One second here. All right, we're going to have to get started with a sprint in just a second. Let me get the... Morning, KK. How you doing? I am currently we're getting ready. I'm getting ready to start up a 15-minute sprint, and I'm good. KK, I'm just looking over the track news of my childhood show, Avatar Last Time. Well, it's not really a childhood show; it's more like a high school teen show. I think I was in high school when that show came out. I can't remember. Huh? Shut up, you. And yeah, the Netflix Avatar just Brian, the original team ain't there, and they wanted to age up them characters so they can have sex. So, you know, the usual 2020 disappointment. But that being said, let's get my banner up in here. We're gonna get started with a sprint. Let's get the video ready. And we're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. All right, that is the end of the sprint. How did everybody do? Was that, did I hear feedback? And I did promise, let me just go to my eBay. I did promise KK what the stuff I'm doing. So all my memory rewrites right now, since I went through the effort of getting this thing, I'm currently rewriting everything on the Alpha Smart because it seems more effective than using an app unless I'm out um this thing. And currently, KK, I started this last night because I realized how confusing it kind of got, because this is a rewrite. Character list. So I know for the entire series, these are all the characters, and I'm working on chapter summaries because something tells me I'm gonna have to stop writing this to do my Preptober and to prep for Nano. So I want to put everything into a notebook for this particular series, and then I can, at least if I put it away, because the book, I figure if I, at least if I put it away and come back to it later, I still have the list of stuff I need to write about, and it might not be as bad. And sometimes I've heard, like, if you stop writing and rewrite and then come back to it later with fresher eyes, it actually will help you more than just keep trying to push it. But I don't know. Now, let me change this to socializing break. Here we go. Oh, so is this like the time of day like you catch up on all your writing? I usually do mine before I either write or before I go to bed at night. I have to do it, my husband prefers me to do it before we go um in the morning than at night, because light in the bedroom when you're sleeping, it interrupts your sleep pattern. It's like a series Bible. It's like a series Bible. I mean, I kind of have a word anvil account that I'm using to do the world building. But the world anvil, like the world anvils for, it's kind of like using the series Bible. Like someone who was on here, what was it? No, it wasn't UKK. It was another YouTube author tuber who said the world anvil is complicated. Let me just see if I can put this up. Let me go to worldanvil.com real quick. I only found out through Camille Myrick about the Alpha Smart. I'm not sure what it is about the Alpha Smart. But it does produce better because you don't have all the thingamabobs bothering you. Let me just yeah, this is my world anvil. Ignore the United Territories thing. I made that like a while ago. Basically, this is your, let me just spread this out so it looks better. Okay, there we go. So the world anvil count, even though it is for D&D players, they did put it in for writers too. I don't know if you can see my mouse. You probably can't. But the World Anvil account is more for it's for everybody. So let me see. Oh, okay, so you can see my mouse. So let me go down to, let's say, timeline and characters. Right now I'm working on historical events. So let's say I'm working on Demi Titans, Cosmic Gods, the Schism, all this stuff. This is just an entry. This is basically what I do for part of world. Okay, come on. Stupid YouTube. Anyway, you could kind of see down here what I'm working on. So this is like entry lists. You can look at your own timelines. You don't have to use it for everything. You can have histories. They have secrets. This is articles. The best thing they created was this article list. See how you can create plots and you can do charts. I'm not a grandmaster. I'm not trying to pay that type of money. But basically, this is the world building on this left hand side for World Anvil. But you can do manuscripts, you can do character profiles like an RPG. World Anvil really sets. Let me just open up create a new character. I'm not going to, but see, they have like a you could create a character name. Let's say they already have an example: Jon Snow, handsome, deadly, angsty teenager. You can put a picture or put your own profile here, and then you can make choices like Battle Lords of the 23rd Century, Call of Cthulhu. See all this stuff, and you can make your own choice. You could create your own choices, but this is a more. They say it's more of a D&D website, and I admit it is somewhat of a D&D type of website. However, you can use it for world building. You can use it for character building. I only write it in a notebook because let me just only write it in a notebook because I can't go on World Build. I can't go on World Anvil every time I'm on my phone. World Anvil, for all its pluses and some irritating minuses, because you have to get used to using the website, and there are a lot of YouTube tutorials. You kind of have to click around and do it yourself. It's almost like, hey, they kind of like, here's all this crap. Have fun. Almost like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. If you ever played that game on the Switch, it's like, and I'm just gonna say, it's an amazing game. In the beginning of the game, you learn how to hunt, you learn how to forage, you learn how to fight. Your weapons break, and then after the first tutorial level, which is the island, go. They just kind of like jump you off. You just run off the island so you can go on to the land of Hyrule, and you die a lot, but that's why people love or hate this game, but most people love it. The game is like World Anvil. Have at it. That's basically what they went. It's not an app. It's a website called worldanvil.com. It's not an app. I had the level 1 subscription. Let me see. Let me check my phone real quick. I don't think World Anvil has an app. I know it's a website. Let's see. World Anvil. And I'm on my iPhone. No, it's not on here. The closest thing I see is this thing called Genesis World Building. See if it focuses. And from what I'm seeing, if I zoom in closer, there are purchases. Yeah, forget that. I'm not paying for that. There's too many world building apps. Just pick one and kind of. That's how I feel like. Just pick. Sometimes it's like pick one and just stick with it, because there's too many world building apps out there. Too many, and people ain't got that type of money. That's all I'm saying. People ain't got that type of money to be doing all these world building apps and stuff. Let's see. But I'm about to say that alarm starts up again. But that's kind of where I'm at in this particular thing. I know I gotta get another book series started. I was gonna do Poseidon book 2, but then I was like, I can wait on that. But I have this on Kindle, and I also have this version of it just in case. It's called Save the Cat Writes a Novel. Everybody's kind of been on this, and I was like, okay, let me just read this. Let me read this, and we'll see how it goes. In particular, the reason why I have a Kindle version, the reason why I have this version is on this one, I can just highlight and take notes. You can kind of take notes on the Kindle. I don't have a Kindle Fire. I have a normal Kindle Paperwhite that I really just use for reading. It's not for taking notes. It's not for all this extra stuff. And I also have... Is that a bus or a truck? Um, I also there's there are a couple of stories already kind of like have chapter outlines written for, and there's a different series that came up in my head. I actually no, it was a Scrivener thing I wrote on Scrivener years ago and never finished. But my brain's like, you need to work on this now. So because my brain has this, first of all, I have adult ADD, so that doesn't help. Um, some teacher says ADHD, some say ADD. I think it's adult ADD to be honest, but my brain does not focus like it's supposed to. So I might work on one series, and then my brain's like, nope, let's work on this. I try not to do that because it's hard to focus as it is. I don't want, like, I've seen people like work on multiple projects at once, like Kate Kavanaugh. God bless her, because she works on like three books at once. I cannot do it. My brain doesn't function that way. It just doesn't. I'm sorry. I wish it did. Um, but we're gonna get started with another writing sprint. Huh. I love the fact that in this notebook, and I'm just looking at this real quick, where it says the word count, estimated page count. I hate the fact that there is a limit on how long the book should be, because right now I'm reading a YA book. I think it's a YA book, Children of Blood and Bone. Actually, I'm listening on Audible. That book, my God, 75 chapters. That is a long time for a book. And I think it's a YA book. I believe it's a YA book because these people are teenagers. Hi, Princesses. No, it's not the World Wide Web writing marathon thing. You might have to check YouTube, the other YouTube channels. This is just my normal. I'm glad to see you here. This is just my normal writing stream. I do this every Saturday, but no, it's not that. I think that is. You know what? Children of Blood and Bone by Why can't I think of her name? And I love it. It's a Nigerian book. It's a fantasy book that's geared towards us because it's hard for me. It's called Tomi Adeyemi. Tomi Adeyemi. It's a really long book. You're welcome, Princessa. But I think it's a YA book because all the characters in there are teenagers. And I love the fact that it's a book for people of color. The people of color are doing a fantasy novel, and I love it because there's not that many fantasy novels for African Americans. We have her, Tony Adeyemi, and N.K. Jameson. I don't think there's anybody else unless Neil deGrasse Tyson decides to write a space opera. If he does, I will read it because that guy's a space nut. But I love it. And the book is 75 chapters long. And I don't like the fact that they're trying to put a limit on how long a book should be because her book is long. And I did stop reading it. I mean, listening to it on Audible, but I'm going to listen. I listen to it during the week when I'm at work because I process applications right now. And I only listen to 5 or 6 chapters at a time because these chapters are long. It's very suspenseful. And let's say I stop listening to it for a week, I can come back to this book and I still remember what's going on. Where there's some books out there where I'll go, wait, when did this happen? Who is this? I clearly know who these characters are, what their motivation is, and I know their personalities. So I remember everything about this book. And honey, keep turning the air on. It's hot in here. Thank you. So I love it. I love it. And I don't think it should be a limit. If a book can be that good with 75 chapters, give that book the time it needs to mature and to cultivate because this plot is long, but it makes sense when I'm reading it. But that's enough gushing about that book. Let me just get this started. Let's get started with another Spider Sprint. Oh, man, here goes that window again. Just All right, let's get started in three, two, one. Okay, that was the end of the next 15 minutes sprint. I'm going to change this over to a socializing break. And how did everybody do? Now, you probably saw me doing this. I've been listening to the Doctor Who soundtracks, and they're amazing. But everybody else do. Shut up. Like the epicness of like when the 10th Doctor turns into the 11th Doctor, and like his big goodbye, you feel that pain. Like, oh my god. That was one of David Tennant's best performances. My nails aside, I'm gonna crackle on you. Must be filed down. Validation. Well, KK, I know for a fact. I can't. Here's a funny thing. Everybody tells me when it comes to word count on the Alpha Smart, all I have to do is press Control or Command, if you're an Apple user, Control W. It doesn't work for some reason. I cannot get the word count on here. I don't. I don't know what it is. Alpha. Yeah, I'm pressing Control W at the same time. Does nothing. Okay, on. I don't see writer tools on here. Yeah, they keep telling me, oh, and this is on a Wayback Machine. I can't find it. Uh, Applets. Oh, it's because I don't have the Neo. That's probably what it is. I don't have the Neo. It looks like the Dana has just. Man, I would love to have a free write, but I don't think that's gonna happen, especially considering all the other things I'm gonna be doing. Well, KK, are you working on a draft, or are you just still just kind of reading at this point? Wow, someone I'm looking at this thing, how I have Alpha Smart, and someone's talking about this free write because that was something I did want to get, but someone called it pretentious douchebaggery. It was too clunky. It's like a hipster thing. It's like, no, just get an Alpha Smart. Why do you need to get some $500 thing when you can just get the same thing in for $30? Like I got my Alpha Right for $30 off of Amazon, and it still works. And I mean, the good thing is, at least with the Alpha Smart, who painted a Neo? Where is everybody? Oh yeah, there's that thing today. Let me see. I'm gonna get started with another writing sprint soon. I'm reading this thing. It says free race is more of a hipster writing. What is smart typewriter? Are you cooking? Oh, I smell people cooking. Anyway, let's get started on the sprint. Give me just a second here. All right, let's get. All right, started in three, two, one. All right, that was the end of the stream. How did everybody do? Everybody, the work keeps done. Oh, what a day! What a day! What a day! How everybody do? It will be real. If we were made in His image, then call us by our name. If you're just the same. Oh, how everybody do? Oh, no, no, no. Hey, the moral cost of cats. A bird loving scientist called an end to outdoor cats once and for all. Outdoor cats are destroying the ecosystem apparently of birds. Let's see. Where is everybody? It must be the I know they keep talking about WWE. Oh, it's New Orleans Fighting Marathon. That's probably what it is. Mitch then call us. Trying to see if there's any because there was like somebody in the chat was talking about W World. I guess World Wide Web Writing Marathon. Okay, writing marathon, writing marathon. I know. Oh, that's right. People are talking about this Million Worlds writing marathon that's going on. Yeah, no, I'm not doing all that. No, I have a hard enough time trying to do a rewrite, and you want me to do a million words too? No, no. I know y'all come up with these creative ways, get your words on the page, and do a workout, but nah, man, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I have a hard enough time doing this and trying to figure out how I'm going to make my website more relevant with blog updates and stuff, which and podcast episodes. You think I want to? No, I'm not touching that subject with a 10-foot pole. Y'all can have that million word writing thing. No, no, no. I no. Where do people come up with these trends? Where? Like, who comes up with this? I mean, it's fun, if you're I work for a living. I think that's what it is. I work for a living. Like, no, I have to focus on my job. No, my no. Just Saturdays, KK. I don't do during the week. I mean, I can do a surprise pop-up one if I have time available, but like I'm off Monday, but that's my wedding anniversary, so uh I don't do right sprints on that particular day. But Usually Saturdays from 11 to 1 because that's usually it's a good cushioning point. I'm not waking my spouse up, and it's like right before any errands I need to run. The Saturdays is my runaround day. There's a lot of lo-fi songs on here. Um, I mean, I can't. I've thought about doing. To be honest, I've thought about doing sprints at night, like maybe on Tuesday or Thursday. Um, I've discussed with the husband who is sitting over here about me doing nightly sprints because I know I mod 3 days a week for somebody. And I mean, I could do on Tuesday and Thursdays, but that'd be like at 9 o'clock at night to like 10 or 11 Eastern time because I'm on the East Coast. I mean, it's nighttime, but it's a debate. That's the thing about. That's why I kind of do on Saturdays because Saturdays is our free day, and that's usually my run around day, and it's more formulaic. I could do on Sundays too. Yeah, KK, you kind of give me some things to think about. I mean, it's an idea. Lord, um, let's see. This is usually to 1, 11 to 1. Grayson's not here. Where? You know what? I'm just gonna do this. Just pull up my YouTube page really quickly here. Oh, you're on the East Coast too? What are you in? Like Atlanta? I mean, not Atlanta. That's different time zone. What are you in? Like Maryland? I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm not sure where. What? No, Atlanta isn't a different time zone. What is campfire? Why does everybody keep talking about the series Bible with campfire? I'm not doing any more apps. I refuse. Clock. See, Atlanta's in a different time zone. Oh, it's not a different time. Why is everybody? It's weird. Ohio. Oh, you're in Ohio. Well, we're kind of next door to each other, quote unquote. We're just in two different states. Never been to Ohio. My famous people came from Cleveland, Ohio. Like Steve Harvey. What is? Oh my gosh, I remember this. You're in Columbus. Oh wow, you're in Columbus. I think it's famous people from Columbus too. I'm not missing much. It's like Pennsylvania when you live in a state. Just a second, I gotta. Yeah, we're getting ready to start with another sprint. I found this video and I was trying to send it. There's this thing called Robot Chicken, and there's a scene about this gummy bear. I was like, I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear, ah! Because her foot gets caught. She's a gummy bear, gets caught in a bear trap, and it's terribly. It's like dark humor. I was like, this is funny. I don't want to laugh at this, but you do. That's the point. You don't want to laugh at it, but you do. Anyway, let's get started with another sprint. You are correct, my lady. Let's. All right. And I know you say there's, you're not missing much in Ohio. It kind of reminds me of being in from Pennsylvania. When you're from Pennsylvania, I'm live 15 minutes outside of Philly or 30 minutes, depending on traffic. For us, even though there's a Liberty Bell and the original Independence Hall stuff, when you're from the area, it's like you're like, oh, okay. Well, anyway, let's get started with the sprint. Another sprint. And we'll get started in three, two, one. Oopsie. All right, that was the end of the sprint. And we had two new people. We have Abigail. Welcome. You're kind of at the tail end of the sprint. And then we have, like, of the whole thing, because I start at 11 p.m. Eastern Time and I stop at 1 p.m. And we have Meadow. Welcome to the stream. Just get just stop the Resident Evil music. I'm listening to the calm music because there is Resident Evil calm music. Go tell Aunt Rhodey. How did everybody do? Go tell Aunt Rhodey. Go tell Aunt Rhodey. Thank you. It's fabric I got from Joanne's. It's good to, you know what, I will say it is good to look at some author tube videos. Right now I'm taking notes from Brittany Wang's uh author tube. I'm also planning on looking at a different author tube who actually does her own independent publishing company. And thank you for subscribing, Meadow. um it's kind of funny because we're almost at the tail end because it's 12:48 p.m. I stopped at 1. And I was just talking to KK, who's also in there, about streaming a different day. Like, I'm thinking about doing maybe Tuesday or Thursday during the week. Problem is, everybody seems to be like, everybody's doing the author tube. Don't want to step on everybody's toes. Let me just check real quick. I mean, I put stuff in the description. The best thing to do is follow on the Twitter page because that's the only time I'm usually active. I don't do a lot of. It's funny. 9:40 in the morning. What are you? Are you on the Are you in, like, California? No, Tuesday, like 8 o'clock at night. You're talking about like 8:15, 8:30 at night, KK. Because I work night shift. I get off at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which I work from home thanks to the coronavirus. So I have to leave the living room and come in here, and I have to set the stuff, which doesn't take that long. Oh, you're in yeah, you're on like the West Coast. You're in what I call Snowtown. I call it Snowtown because Oregon, I swear, has, like, Oregon and Michigan. Y'all got the worst snow. I have, like, not the worst snow, but it's like, I'm from Pennsylvania. We get snow, but y'all get more snow. It gets cold over there, from what I've seen on Weather Channel. Who is? Oh, can you get my I all right, all right, all right. But the point is, from what I've seen on the Weather Channel in Oregon, it just you just see snow, or is that these on. I'm still here. I'm just doing something. Okay, there we go. Oh, y'all got no snow? That's weird. Cause the east, like you're at the top part of the map, and usually that's where all the snow. Cause you guys are next to Canada. Cause Canada gets snow. Yeah, it is hard not to step on each other's channels, and the coronavirus kind of boosted everybody to do more videos because now you're home. Like I'm blessed to have a work from home opportunity, but not everybody does. And people like um there are some people who are freelancers. Like I know Kate Kavanaugh's a freelancer. She does more videos. Natalie Lee, I think she's a freelancer, but she does a lot of side businesses. She's self, she owns her own business. I know she does an editorial business. So the people who already kind of do freelance and work from home usually have more videos than the people like me who work full time. Uh, if you see me, I'm doing something in my notebook. Even though I'm still doing sprints, I still need to update this too. Flush the toilet. You think you don't want to tell the man to flush the toilet, but guys are gross at this. I'm like, flush the damn toilet. Why does it? I think you wouldn't have to tell them that, but some guys are gross sometimes. We're actually, our landlord's here. We're trying to get something fixed, and I was like, go flush the toilet to let him know that the weird sound the toilet is making, like it's almost like a flow problem. There's a Salem, Oregon, Salem area, which is the Willamette Valley between the coastal range and the Cascades. We normally get snow, but not as much as other places. Not none this year. You know what's crazy? When I think of Salem, I think of Salem, Massachusetts. I didn't know there was a Salem, Oregon. And when I think of Willamette, I think of the game Dead. Can you shut the door, please? Dead Rising, because there's a thing called Willamette. That's where the series took place. The first game and the fourth game, which is the Willamette Mall, the Willamette area. Like I'm guessing that's where they got the idea of Willamette for the Capcom game. I don't know if you guys have a Mega Mall. But the current use. Salem is the state capital? Wow, I haven't been in school in like 20 years. That's probably what it is. I forgot. I did. I could have sworn Salem was just like a famous city. Or like I heard, you know what? I have heard of Salem, Oregon, but I you don't think too much on it. That's the thing. Like if I'm from the East Coast, and you wouldn't think too much on these. I'm trying to write a character list, and it's annoying. Oh, there we go. There we go. I'm trying to do a character list because I don't know what it is about my brain. I think because it's adult ADD/ADHD. I can't remember everything, and it drives me insane. What is Storyfire? No, it's Campfire. That's what they call it. Because Brooke, by the Brook, actually just posted something called about her series Bible, called Campfire. Oh, I remember this. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I already have Word Anvil. I don't need Campfire 2. Act 1. Oh, okay. So it's another plotting thingy. Yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm just going through it right now. Yeah, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I already got Word Anvil. I'm not doing this. There's no way. You can forget this. Most people from the Pacific Northwest know. Yeah, I wouldn't know that. I'm from the East Coast. Like I said, I nah. You know what though? It's crazy because I remember in school we had to learn all our state capitals, and now that I'm adult, I how do I put this? There's so many these world building apps. It's insane. Um, Let me see. How much is this going to cost? I just want to check real quick about team pricing. Here we go. Pricing. How much is this? $74. Okay, so the free trial is $0 for 10 days. The World Build Pro plus World Building Pack is $74.98 for a one-time purchase. The Pro is a $50. So they put the $74.98 because you can get character development, story timelines, maps, locations, advanced world building. Or Pro's $50 character development, story timeline, map locations, but no advanced world building. I'm just going through the website real quick. No. Um, I have World Anvil. World Anvil is really more for D&D players. I think Storyfire is more for writers. But here's the thing about D&D. You have to have creativity to do D&D. You have to have some type of creativity to do Dungeons and Dragons. Because you're creating universes, you're creating your own character models, you're creating your own class system and your spellbinding system. And the only reason why I know that because now for me personally, I feel like D&D is just nothing but math. But apparently the new D&D isn't as mathy. But it's a form of character creation and world building. And I watched Stranger Things, so that doesn't help either. Stranger Things kind of broke down D&D a little bit for me. And World Anvil is geared towards writers. It's just people consider it very complicated. I already talked about this earlier. I showed an example. They consider it more complicated because of all the stuff you have to it's kind of like playing Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You get a tutorial and it's like, have at it, which is fine for me because I don't mind clicking around. It keeps my brain going. And I already kind of started working on it on World Anvil. I'm not paying for another. I feel like I have this, and then there's something else. I have an app I haven't used in like a minute. It's called Story Planner. I only tried it, and the app was only I think it was $15, but it was cheap. Um, Story Planner is kind of the same thing. But it's like it's like saved on my what is it called? It's saved on that Apple cloud system that I barely use. Um yeah, a lot of people do that. They prefer Series Bible. I just prefer because of my carpal tunnel to do everything typed up. Like this is not a Series Bible, but I am writing a character list and I'm writing a for this current story and a chapter list because I know eventually I'm going to stop this and get started with the Save the Cat, and I got to get started for Preptober because NaNoWriMo's right around the corner. Most people tell you do not stop a story, and I understand why they do that because when you stop in the middle of a story and you try to start it up again, you hear crickets in your brain. But I believe if I have a chapter list like I did the last story, it will make things 10 times easier. So, and I'm currently finished writing this down. Okay. So it is 101. So I'm gonna stop the stream here. I want to thank everybody for watching. It's I have links to stuff that I have below, which is my Twitter handle, my YouTube page, and my website. My website, I already know I haven't updated that in about 2 months, and that's because of circumstances. Part of the reason is COVID-19. COVID-19 pretty much kind of took my creativity for podcasting to. I mean, I'm gonna get back into it. It's just there's not that many subjects to talk about right now. When concerning the writing industry, but I mean, I'm gonna come up with something. But in the meantime, I'm gonna thank you for watching. If you want to get updates to if when I'm live streaming, please follow my Twitter handle, which is at LC Clements. That's really important. But thank you guys for watching, and I will give you guys an update if I'm going to do during the week, and I will chat with you guys again later. Okay? Bye bye.